So here is Munson at the American Eventing Championships in Lexington, Kentucky. So we come down the center line, work on being really straight. You can see he still has a little bit of head wag. It's really neat to be in the big arena in Kentucky, but Munson felt just a little spooky, so I had to be a little protective in the corners. And come across the diagonal for our lengthening trot. And this is set in the big arena for this test. So again, I'm having to try to keep his focus. We come down the center line for our leg yield, L to R. Sometimes he can get a little stuck when I ask him to go for the leg yield. He kind of wants to stop the forward motion, but that was a pretty decent leg yield. Now into the canter. I'm pressing him forward for the medium canter on the circle. Really want to make sure I can open his frame and show a little bit of difference, but because he's just a smidge spooky, he just feels a little tight. And now we do a counter canter loop to X. Again, working on keeping the forward movement. I'm trying to get the swing in the canter. And across the diagonal to trot at X. And canter for the simple change. It was pretty good. He stayed really straight. And again, the medium on the 20-meter circle. Again, it's really important to show the difference. So then coming back for the transition. Again, he's just a little spooky. And then our counter canter loop to X. And I lose just a little bit of focus right there. He wanted to really drop in the rib cage to spook at something. Across the diagonal again, trotting at X. It's pretty dead on with that transition. And then each time I try to get him in the corner just a little bit more. Almost square. I needed that back hind leg to step up. But now we go into our backup. 3 to 4 steps. And we go into our free walk across the diagonal. He could stick his nose out a little bit more. He tends to want to sometimes go a little behind the contact. But he is overstepping and he's swinging pretty nicely. And for the most part, he felt relaxed in his walk. And now then coming into the medium walk. Again, the energy is still continuing. We did a pretty good transition there. Now we come down to the center line. The leg yield to the left. Again, trying to keep the forward motion as he moves a little sideways with the bend to the rib cage on the right side. And then working him in the corner. It's getting a little bit better. And now I'm doing rising trot for the stretchy trot serpentine. Again, trying to get him to take that bit down. He could have stretched down a little bit more. Really didn't show much difference, so didn't get the best score that I could have gotten for that. And now trying to prepare with the little shoulder forward for that corner to turn down the center line. And then ask for the halt. And almost square in the back, but put in a really good score. Out of about 60 horses, we were 11th place. So I was really, really happy with that. Now moving on to cross country. He felt very game and very happy to go on and gallop, which is great because this course it's a pretty nice championship course. We've already been through our first water, coming to the double brush and coming to the second water. I was, again, really pleased with how confident he is feeling. He had to make a hard left-handed turn to this house, which we were in a little bit of an awkward stride, but he jumped it great. And I'm just super thrilled with how he's feeling, especially going around this course. We had some interesting moments. Coming up to the bounce bank, did really well. We go out of view to another big table into the backfield to the next water, and he did that fabulous. And again, really proud with how he handled all the people, and he did really good for that two stride, as I kind of missed a little bit to it. So now coming to this table, and I can in fact see the rider in front of me. She isn't just now going through the coffin. So generally the rule is the rider in front, the slower rider is supposed to give way to the faster rider. But it was a little difficult. You might see her in a second as she's cantering up the hill. As I got closer, she was then had the right of way because she was in front of the jump. So nearing the end of the course, it was just a little bit of a tough thing. But Munson handled it really well. And, you know, the whole saying is experience is what you got right after you needed it. But no worse for the wear. Munson was good. We made time, and I was really pleased with his ride.
Alyssa Wallace first of those six with Munson Slew. Riding Dad's Thoroughbred out of Jasper, Georgia. Winner of Poplar. 7th in Rocking Horse.
So here's Munson in the show jump in the big arena at Lexington, Kentucky. So I went in, and I know that he normally likes to do a poop before I start. So I was watching the clock and trying to give him that time. But I also noticed I was a little distracted by the guys stamping the metal rakes. So I was just a little unfocused coming to the first fence, which then didn't give me the best spot. And I thought, okay, come on, got to get moving forward. And then coming to the next fence, found that and got a good shot in. And then I kind of just lost where I was and ended up adding a stride, which then that caused that rail down. And I couldn't afford a rail down because we, in fact, had moved into 6th place. So I'm like, okay, come on, got to get together, get in his moving nice and forward. And then coming down this line, he just kind of caught that with the hind leg. He feels really good, though. Trying to make sure I stay in the rhythm. Jumps to Liverpool really good. And coming to now this line, which was in 6 strides. Try to balance. Jumps that really nicely. Now coming to the final triple. Again, very happy with how he's jumping around. I was just a little disappointed with myself. How was it just started off a little unfocused. It just caused that early rail. But overall, I was really pleased with Munson, and we finished up 20th out of 60 horses.